Hi, my name is Jay with Kick Foosball Tables. First off, I'd like to welcome you to the Kick family. Today I'll be showing you how to properly set up and assemble your Kick Phoenix Black 5-foot folding foosball table. Now I know sometimes the construction manuals can be pretty hard to go by, so I want you to go ahead and revert to your construction manual for a parts list only, as some of my videos do not reflect some of the step-by-step diagrams located in your construction manual. With no further delay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and open your box and take a look at your contents. Then you lay each piece out onto your floor individually. If you are assembling your foosball table on a rough surface, I do recommend that you lay down a large blanket or a large piece of cardboard. That way we don't damage our table during the assembly process. Next, you want to match each part which is inside your instruction manual.
After you've sorted out all the parts in the box, and once you've matched each part what's inside your instruction manual, if you notice any missing or damaged parts, please contact Kick Customer Support with pictures of the shipping label, the box itself, and the damaged part. Our contact information will be listed at the end of this video. For step 1, we'll be inserting all 8 of our number 34 nuts into all 4 holes on both end panels number 2. What you want to make sure is that you align the hole on the end of the nut to the hole on the end of the end panel. You also want to make sure the star-shaped groove faces outwards towards you. If you notice that one or more of your nuts are not aligned properly with the end panel, you can use any Phillips head screwdriver to straighten out your nut. For step 2, we'll be attaching one of our side panels number 1 to both end panels number 2 using bolts number 29 and washers number 30. What you want to make sure is that the groove on your side panel faces inwards towards you and that the ball entry hole is faced down closer to the floor. Then on your end panel, you want to make sure again that the groove faces inwards towards you and that the goalie hole is faced downwards closer to the floor. Then go ahead and line up both the holes on the end panel to both the holes on your side panel. You might have to lift your end panel a bit to line up both of your holes. Then go ahead and insert your number 29 bolt and number 30 washer into both the holes on the side panel. Before you tighten your bolts, you want to make sure that both the groove on side panel and end panel line up properly. Then you want to secure your bolts with the Allen wrench that was provided. For step 3, we'll be inserting our glass playfield cover number 9 into all 3 grooves on both side panel and end panels. The best way to do this is to go ahead and turn your assembly into the upright position. You also want to clean your glass of any spots that might be located on the outside. Then go ahead and insert your glass into all 3 grooves on your end panel and side panel. For step 4, we'll be inserting our wood playfield number 3 into all 3 grooves and behind the glass of the assembly. What you want to make sure is that the graphics on your playfield are facing in the correct direction like you see here. You also want to be sure that both glass and playfield slide all the way into all 3 grooves on your end panel and side panels. For step 5, we'll be inserting both glass and playfield into the groove on the other side panel number 1. Just want to go ahead and line up the holes on your end panel to both the holes on your side panel. Then you want to insert your number 29 bolt, number 30 washer into all 4 holes on your side panel and into the end panel. Then you want to secure your bolts with the Allen wrench that was provided. For step 6, we'll be attaching both of our support braces, number 8, along with all 3 of our rods, number 7, and securing them with the number 31 nuts. You will notice that there are 3 bottom holes here on both sides of your side panel. Just want to go ahead and line up one of your support braces over the first 2 holes closest to the end panel. Then insert a single support rod in between both the holes on the center of your table, followed by the last support brace Next, you want to insert the other two support rods in between the groove on both your support braces and into both the holes on the side panel. Next, you want to insert both of your number 31 nuts onto both ends of your support rod. You just want to be sure to hand tighten your nuts, one turning clockwise and one turning counterclockwise until they are both hand tight against the side panel. Once you have hand tightened both of your bolts evenly against the side panel, I found it easier to use two different Allen wrenches. Again, one turning counterclockwise and one turning clockwise until they are both evenly tightened against the side panel. Just be careful not to over tighten your bolts. For step 7, we'll be attaching all 4 of our legs, number 4 and number 5, using handle bolts number 25, bolts number 27, and washers number 28. To ensure that you are adding the correct leg to the correct side of the table, you want to make sure that the angle on the back of the leg is facing and adjacent to the opposite leg. You also want to make sure that the inlaid nuts that you see here face outwards. Next, you want to line up the 2 top holes on your leg to the 2 top holes on the side panel, making sure that the leg rests against this block that you see here. Next, you want to insert both of your positioning bolts, number 25 and 28 washer, into both the holes on the top of your leg. Then you want to insert your number 27 bolt and number 28 washer into the bottom hole on your leg. Then you want to secure the bottom bolt with your Allen wrench that was provided. Again, you want to make sure that the back of the leg rests against this block that you see here. For step 8, we'll be inserting all 8 of our number 34 nuts into all 4 holes on both cross braces number 6. What you want to make sure is that the hole on the end of the nut aligns with the hole on the end of the cross brace. You also want to make sure that the star-shaped groove that you see here faces outwards. For step 9, we'll be attaching both of our cross braces number 6 between both of our legs using bolts number 29 and washers number 30. Again, if you had noticed that any of your bolts were not aligned properly, you can use any Phillips head screwdriver to straighten them out. Next, you want to go ahead and line up both the holes on your cross brace to both the holes on your leg. Insert your number 29 bolt and number 30 washer through the hole in the leg and into your cross brace. Next, you want to secure your bolts with the Allen wrench that was provided. Two people are recommended for the turning over of your table. What you want to make sure is that you don't rest the weight of the table on either of the 4 legs. You just want to turn over your table in one swift full motion so that all the legs hit the ground at the same time. For step 10, we'll be attaching all 4 of our green triangle corner ramps to all 4 corners of our playfield using screws number 33, our green plastic caps number 22, our slide scorer number 23, our ball catcher number 24, along with our screws number 33. Next, you want to line up the hole on the plastic ramp to the hole on the glass playfield cover. You just want to make sure that these holes line up properly. Then go ahead and insert your number 33 screw. You also want to make sure to use a Phillips head screwdriver. You do not want to use any drill or impact driver as it could damage the glass. Next, you want to cover the hole using the plastic cap number 22. Next, we'll be attaching both of our slide scorers over both of the goalie holes on the side panel. You just want to make sure that the top of the side scorer is even and flush with the top of the end panel. You will also notice that there are 2 pre-scored holes on your end panel and 2 drilled holes on your ball scorer. Go ahead and line up those holes and then insert your number 33 screw and secure. Next, you want to line up your ball catcher over the 2 pre-scored holes underneath your ball scorer. Then insert your number 33 screw and secure. Before we move on to step 11, you want to carefully review the diagram located in your construction manual prior to inserting your rods. What you want to make sure is that all your rods and players are laid out in the correct position on top of your table.
Here's how to set up the rods and players on your new Kick Foosball table. Place 4 handles on each side of the table in this specific order. Make sure the 4 handles for your home team are in this specific order, as shown in the diagram. Also make sure your players are facing the opposing team and toward the opponent's goal, not the same team or your own goal.
You also want to make sure that there's a hole on the correct side of the table where the handles will later go. We will be inserting and attaching our player rods with springs number 20, our inner rod number 19, our inner nut number 37, our washers number 36, and our outside nut number 35. Next, you want to insert your player rods into one side of the side panel about halfway. Next, you want to insert your solid rod into the hollowed out hole on your player rod. You also want to make sure that the thread on the end of the rod faces outwards. Next, you want to go ahead and insert your number 20 spring. Then you want to screw on your inner nut, making sure that the nut faces outwards in the position that you see here, all the way down to the bottom base of the thread. Then you want to complete by sliding your rod through the second hole on the side panel. Then go ahead and insert your number 36 washer onto the end of the rod, followed by your number 35 nut. Then you want to secure it with the wrench that was provided. Next, we'll be inserting our ball entry sockets along with our ball entry cups number 10 inside the hole on the side panel and attaching them with screws number 33. This part's pretty simple. You just want to go ahead and insert your ball entry socket into the inside hole of the side panel. You will also notice that there's a pre-scored hole on the bottom of your entry hole and a drilled hole on the bottom of your cup. Just go ahead and screw down your cup all the way down to the bottom base of the side panel. You also want to make sure that the top of the cup is aligned with the top of the side panel. Then insert your number 33 screw and secure. Next, we'll be attaching our handles number 21 to the other end of our player rod using screws number 32. Part's pretty simple. You just want to go ahead and line up the hole on the handle to the hole on the rod. Insert your number 32 screw and secure. One quick note, these rods are semi-hollow, so they are durable enough to rough play, yet light enough to let the player have full control over the rod. If you need a rod lubricant, please contact Kick and we'll send you a free complimentary bottle. To store your table in a storable folding position, you want to be sure to remove all 8 of your handle bolts. Congratulations! We have finally finished assembling our Kick Phoenix Black 55-inch foosball table. You are now free to enjoy your table with your friends and family. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please visit us at www.kickfoosballtables.com or you can email us at support@kickfoosballtables.com.